All right, guys, in this video, we are actually going to be going over swing trading versus day trading. Okay, so swing trading is when you're holding a trade. Me personally, I say like 4 days, 4+ days. You're holding for a while. It's like a weekly trade for you, and that can last up to 2 to 3 weeks if possible. If that's how long you want to hold it, you could be holding it for a while. And day trading is pretty much when you place a trade that day and you get out before the next trading day. So let's say if I placed a trade at 8 a.m. in the morning, or let me say 7 a.m. in the morning, and get out at 12, that's a day trade. That's me entering and exiting during the same day. Now, there's been, usually when I teach somebody, there's a lot of questions when it comes down to what type of trader they should be and if day trading is actually worth it. Is swing trading worth it? I'm actually just gonna break it down like real simple on what type of trader you may want to be, given your life situations. Okay, so you have people who I'm just gonna start off with swing trading first. Okay, so you have your people who. Oh, wait, give me a second. Let me delete all that. So you have your people who work a 9 to 5, right? They go to work every day. Some people are RNs, nurses. I even have some doctors I talk to who try to do this as well. And they don't have much time. They come to me and say, Brian, I learned about the market a lot, but I'm not able to look at the charts as much as you are, which is fine. Now, me knowing ways around that, there's really no excuse on why you're not looking at, charts or analyzing anything during the week. Okay. So for a swing trader, if you are that busy person who has something else that they're trying to do, trading is not your main entrepreneurial thing that you're trying to do, then you can swing trade it, right? So all swing trading is, and when you swing trade, you have to know the overall bias of the market, right? So you can start off from the monthly. I'm just on the weekly. And for since 2017, we've been going down. The market has been in a downtrend. We have constantly been going down like crazy. And where we are, we're right next to a low. So what I want to do is I want to mark this low really quick. Let's get that going. I think I marked it correctly. And then we're going to zoom in. Right now it's doing a small little pull up. It could get up here before it wants to go down. But I'm looking for this line to be ran, this low to be taken out for price to get down here. So if I'm looking for price to get down here, just given the previous chart on the lows that we're running, I know that I want to be bearish. So within me being bearish, I do see a supply zone here. If you're doing supply demand or resistance zone, I've been through so many different courses and everything, and it all boils down to pretty much the same shit. This is a resistance zone here. And when price comes back up, it could get back in this area. It could stop a little earlier, right around here. But this is the area I would like it to get to if it wants to continue going up and have some rejection off of. But if I'm waiting for it to get up here, then have some rejection and go lower, or it could get right here, because this is also another area of resistance for it right here also. So if price wanted to get up to this point, We can have a trade here. Have the stop loss down here. And we're looking to run this low. Of course, you would look to the left of the chart. But let's say I wanted a pretty tight stop loss. I'm going to put it right on top of this wick right here. I don't think it'll get past that. I have a 1-to-5 risk reward ratio, 110 pip stop loss. With swing trading, you're going to have bigger stop losses. There's no way to really avoid that. They're always going to be bigger. But now you have bigger take profit, the 553 pip take profit. This is going to take a while. We're on a weekly. This is going to take a while to unfold, right? It's going to take a couple weeks. You may be holding this for a couple months. But as a swing trader, we're not trying to hold it for a couple months. So this is why we know the overall. We mark up the weekly really quick to see some resistance points. Then we go down to the, go down to the daily, not the 4 hour. Boom. There we go. So now those same markings that I put on a weekly are areas where you can still see on the daily that price struggled when it got into this area. So as price is wanting to go up, when it gets in here, I'm expecting price to fall off again. Because even if you want to throw some fibs in there, my fibs is a little different. My students have my fibs. What we see, it's price is getting close to becoming a premium. It touched my 61%, but once price is getting in this area, it's at a premium price where it's bound to fall off somewhat. It has to go down eventually, right? So if we're on the daily chart and we're seeing this, we're like, you know what? I want my entry to be here and for it to go down off of hitting this neckline of this double top. Like, I think it's going to hit here and continue falling. So this could be, excuse me. So this could be that entry for you, for your swing trade. I'm not saying everything that I'm looking at, just for you guys to know that. I'm not saying everything. It wouldn't be fair to my students if I did. So after marking this up, let's just say, for shits and giggles, this is what you wanted to do. We have a 1-to-5 risk reward ratio again, except this one is 47 pips worth of a stop loss and 242 pips of a take profit. This is much more worth it because if we're doing 2%, I don't know if you guys caught the most recent video that I did. If we're doing 2% per trade, whatever lot size it is of your account, that's what you're doing here, and you're letting it ride. This is the daily chart, so this is going to take maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks for you to hold this and see what's going to happen from there. But see how quickly that we just did something really simple. I didn't even fully analyze it, mark it up completely like I normally would. I just looked at some spots that I was saying that had some heavy resistance to it and just broke it down to a smaller time frame, because on the higher time frames we know the direction of where price has been going for the last 3 years. It's been going down, so our overall bias is down, especially if we're swing trading. But this took me 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to do. Usually it's a lot quicker, but I have to explain everything to you guys. But this is a 3 to 5 minute process for 1 to 2 to 3 charts. And after you mark that up, all you have to do is wait and set a buy limit or sell limit, and you just wait for your trade to actually get activated. That's all you're doing. Okay? So once that happens, you go about your business, your 9 to 5, you got sports, or you're a college student, you're going to college, whatever else you're doing, you just leave your phone in your pocket while it does its thing, and for all you know, your take profit to get hit, or for all you know, when you check it, you're more than halfway through your take profit, and that's 100 and something pips. You're like, oh man, it's got 100 something pips just walking around. It's made, $10 if you got 100 something pips at a 0.01 or $100 or, $1,000 if you did a standard lot. You're like, man, I just made some pretty good money just off of holding this thing and letting this thing go in my pocket. That way you have, two things kind of working for you while you're working. Okay. Now, day trading is going to be a little different. So with day trading, we're looking at the hour, 30-minute, and the 15-minute, right? You may want to look at the 4-hour too, just to get that. But let's go to a different chart really quick. So let's say when the market opened, today is Tuesday? So this was Monday. When the market opened Monday, when price shot up, we have a daily low and a daily high. All we're doing, when the price is coming up, it's leaving liquidity above it. I'm actually teaching a little bit here, but I'm not trying to. I go on a lot of rants, guys. You guys are going to realize that as you watch more and more videos. But as we're looking to run these highs, because as you can see, price is not trying to go back down, I want to pay attention to here. After price shoots up from this area, notice that it comes back down right to this area twice before it comes up. There's a reason for that. I'm just going to call it a support. I'm just going to call it a support zone for now. But like I said, if you do want to learn what it is I'm actually looking at, by all means, you can become a student. It's in the description below. I have a free course, all that good stuff. But if you want to become a paid student and actually learn, it's in the description below. But there's a reason why this came back down, and it's wicking me in. So this is, if you guys follow me on Instagram, like I always say, at Intellectual CEO, that'll be in the description also. But if you follow me, you will see a lot of times on my IG page me getting a lot of wick entries, and a lot of people ask, "How are you doing this? Like how do you know? How are your entries so pinpoint and you know exactly where the market's going?" It's because of certain things like this. Once price came up and came down, that would have been a nice entry to ride this thing up, to come in this area to take out that buy side liquidity and fill in a price imbalance, right? I wouldn't have took my trade all the way up here. I would have ended it somewhere around here. So while we're down here, and that would have been a very nice entry, we would have, man, what is going on? That was just a 45 pip move in a matter of a couple hours. This is in the middle of the day, like 2 a.m. my time, around that time, like 12 to 2 a.m. I would have went to sleep and woke up, and the profit, if not, my take profit would have been hitting my sleep. So I've been 46 pips hitting my sleep. And naturally, I normally do a standard lot or 3.0, depending on how big my stop loss is. But that's all in one day. So you can catch a nice amount of pips trading like this throughout the week, almost every day. And here's where my stop loss would have been at the end of that candlestick. I have reasoning for all of this. And now I have a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. That would have been my exact trade, right? I have 14 pips stop loss, 44 pips. If I'm using 2% of my account, I have to calculate that 14 pips. I may have to factor in that 14 pips, but inside of my account, I could have easily done a 4.0 or 5.0 and made a nice amount of money within my sleep. Okay, so day trading is for those people who got time in the morning, because I have specific times that I trade in between each session where big spikes normally happen. Where a spiked move normally happens when the market goes a little bit faster. I have set times for that. That is in my mentorship that I do, that I give to my students. But every time we hop into trades, we're expecting some type of fast movement to come out of it. All right, then that's exactly what it did. It had that fast movement as soon as it hit that and ran up. Okay, that's pretty much it. So day trading, if you got time to sit down in the morning for 1 to 2 hours to sit down and focus on the market between the times that normally I trade, by all means, you can easily enter a trade before you go to work. And then while you're at work, just pull out your phone, like, okay, it's doing good or it's not doing good. But as long as you have a stop loss, you know what you can possibly lose and you know what you can win. So just go to work and chill out. That's the trade every day. Now, if you can't do that, you're like, I can't have my phone out while I'm at work, or I can't do this while I'm at work. Make that swing trade. You're like, oh, I had a guy tell me he's a fisherman and he works from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and he comes home to, possibly eat something, go to sleep, and do it all over again in the morning. He doesn't feel like he has that time. But in the time that you're eating, while you're eating, I understand some people want to watch TV. Some people want to relax. But while you're watching TV, why not open up a computer and mark up a couple charts? It only takes a little time to mark up a chart and see if you see something that could potentially get you in. Okay? So it depends. If you feel like you don't have time, be a swing trader. Swing trading is much easier than day trading also. Because if you know the overall trend on that high time frame, eventually you're going to be profitable because that's the overall trend. Day trading is a little harder because it has more ups and downs to it. Right? But that's pretty much it when it comes down to comparing day trading and a swing trade, because I can have plenty of these trades throughout the week. I think a take profit was like 500 pips on that weekly chart or daily chart that we had. It was like 500. And this is 44. Imagine getting 44 pips a day, if not on average 30 pips a day for the week. That swing trade could have taken weeks, as we've seen, 2 to 3 weeks to possibly finish out, maybe even more. But if you gave me 2 or 3 weeks of getting 44 pips, 80 pips here, 20 pips here, that adds up to that 500. So it adds up to be more than that because I'm trading a little bit more aggressively than the swing trader. But if you want to be a little bit more passive so you can still be able to practice but still invest your money and not have to look at it all the time, I would definitely go to swing trading. Okay? Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. If you want to learn precision trading like this and where I would get in and understand why I would get in and what it is I'm actually looking for, like I said, mentorship is below. I have plenty, and I mean plenty, of testimonials. We do trade in the morning. And you also get one-on-ones. So a lot of courses that I've been in, they didn't offer one-on-one help. I didn't get that one-on-one from the person who made the company. You guys are getting that one-on-one help and scheduling it whenever you need that help. I am helping you hand to hand to become a successful trader. Okay, and you get a community of people who are already trading and went through everything that I have to give, and they're understanding the market a bit more. All right. Other than that, guys, I will see you later, and hopefully you have decided about day trading or swing trading.